Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica artwork, and we're getting pretty close to having everything in. The first thing I want to do real quick is, let's take a look at our layers here. We got the lightning, the clouds, and this frame here. So let's put a layer here, and we're gonna just get the background part of this. So first, actually we should just make one quick change here, because I think we want all the cloud shapes to be touching each other. And I guess since we have this on its own layer, we don't even need to redraw it. We could just move it. Why does it keep... And then for this, we can just stretch it. Good. Okay, everything else is connected. Now, we're just gonna fill in, and we'll also keep an eye on, you can see that this layer is actually not touching the top, so. Or what we're gonna do instead, yeah, we're gonna just do one of these. Just to make sure that the outline goes to the top. All right, good. Now let's group these. So that's the lightning. Yeah, these all four go into one group. And that's the whole top environmental section. That's the rain. Right, that doesn't go into the same group because it has to be behind everybody. And then let's turn on the background again. And we'll do the waves here. So I don't really have a design language still for this. Let's just kind of play around. We probably have to turn off Odysseus's ship too, or at least change it to be translucent. Okay. The thing is, we can't really tell how it looks when we have the underlayer on, so I guess we should turn it off every once in a while. Yeah, it looks good. It doesn't really have maybe it doesn't need to have sort of like a consistent shape to it. Maybe that's what makes it more interesting to look at. Oh, let's also turn Athena translucent. Welcome, Plot King, to the show. Watching some college basketball, nice. Having a good old Saturday. Sounds good to me. Good to see you, Plot King. We're currently kind of working on the last element of this chapter 14 artwork. And I'm really interested to see what this turns out to look like. Oh, so this is where we made the waves come in from the other direction, so that they're kind of churning. I think there might be a setting that, let me check the settings real quick. I think it's a Photoshop setting that's like detects whether you're trying to press something with your hand or not. Oh, interesting. The snapping is actually a thing you can turn off. Well, let's see if this does what we want. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. So basically we set it so that only the stylus can paint. And now when I, try to zoom in, the only thing I can do is zoom or, rotate or whatever, but I cannot paint with my finger by accident. That's exactly what we wanted. Good. Wow, look at that. Sometimes it's just simple as changing a setting. Man, the amount of problems that caused us throughout this process. If only we could turn back the clock, huh? Let's get another little wave in there here. Alright, so we gotta turn all these other layers off now, or turn them translucent so we can see what we're painting. Okay. Maybe from here? No. Oh, that might work, yeah. So it's like a curl like this. Oh, so yeah, the only thing we can still do by accident is select a layer, I guess. Because that doesn't have to do with painting. But I'll take that over the alternative. Which is to say, accidentally selecting layers and painting the wrong thing. Okay. Now let's fill in some gaps here. We're gonna get rid of this. This is the gap we need to keep open. But here we can add something like that. Maybe one that comes from here. Yeah, I figure around this area, the water's kind of churning because Poseidon is standing in it. Where else do we want stuff? Maybe here? Maybe that's what we need overall, like more of these little waves. Let's add another layer for that, just in case we could turn it on and off. I kind of like that. Let's add some more. And it doesn't necessarily clutter the frame. It just kind of enriches it, which I guess now that I'm describing it, that sounds like a pretty positive thing. So let's leave it. Sometimes all you gotta do is say it out loud. And it's really crazy to not have to always undo just to see what kind of accidental marks we made. This is a game changer, the fact that we found that setting. Okay, what else do we got? Maybe over... I think that might be all we need. Good. Let's put the background part in. What's this? So we did have a bit of an issue because I drew on the rain layer, but that's okay. Because we will, why is it okay? Because we will yeah, we already have the rain separated, so we can go back and fix or re-add the rain later. So the rain's going to appear above the ocean until we change it. So as I mentioned a second ago, that problem still persists. The fact that we can accidentally, with the butt of our palm, hit the layers and change the layer unknowingly so that we're accidentally drawing on the wrong layer. I wish I had like a second iPad screen where all the layers would be so that my hand is not sitting right on the... You know what? Maybe, can you move the layers tab like in regular Photoshop? No. The only thing you could do is turn them off, which I guess we should be doing if we know we're going to be working on a certain layer. Yeah, I guess let's try doing it like that in the future. This spot, I would say we probably want to change, so let's at least create a good workflow now, and we'll not draw on the wrong layer. Okay, so maybe we'll just make a little thing like that. We need to create the guides. Good. Welcome Rohan0020 to the show. Welcome Gaming Hour to the show. Oh, Poseidon and Athena? Yeah, we're still working on this one. It's coming along. Okay, so now I don't know what the design language is going to be for this. I guess the black just conforms to the inner line, the invisible line between this and the next shape. Like, so it's like a little triangle. I don't really know though, because the inside of the curls does not have a line. So the black, I think that kind of works though. And like right here, we would want to do this as well. I guess we'll just thicken this. No, that doesn't look good. Well, maybe if we thicken this and then delete a piece of the existing part, which is on what layer? I don't really love that. We might want to just redraw that one loop because it doesn't, it's not regularly spaced. Oh wait, the eraser doesn't want to have the bones, the pencil does. Right. Okay. So now the next thing we would want to do is keep going with this underlayer for the waves until we get to the end of that, and then we take the rain out of this waves layer. Now for this, we might want to embellish this a little bit like that, maybe. Yeah, I guess that's good. Even her saying, I know my Greek myths a bit. Good stuff. Yeah, it's a very rewarding field of study, I find. Definitely been enjoying exploring a lot of stuff that I had never heard of before while making this book, because I knew obviously the story of the Iliad, Homer's story, but I did not know a lot of the stuff that happened after the events of the Iliad, like the Amazons arriving, the Ethiopians, Heracles' grandson, Eurypylus, Philoctetes coming back, Neoptolemus, all those things that happened after the events of the Iliad, but before the end of the Trojan War, were all totally new to me. So, until I had read this book, and then when I read it, I decided to, publish my own one, and, then I had to really get into it because I had to actually understand all of the things that were happening, not just read them. And then, yeah, it's been an adventure for me. And doing the artwork also has helped me to understand it a bit and spend more time thinking about it, I guess. We definitely got a lot of details in there that were inspired by exploring the text further than I probably would have otherwise. Mining it for ideas. We put the little Medusa head on Athena's shield, or on the shield Athena's holding, which is Zeus's shield, because of a little detail that's in the story. So those kind of things definitely helped us a lot. Yeah, let's turn this off. Okay, so as a rough version, let's turn all these other ones back on. How do I get both of these? There we go. So Odysseus' ship has to be below the waves then. And then that stays on. And Athena also has to be below the waves. Okay, I guess everybody has to be below the waves. Poseidon, the ships. The only thing that wants to be above it is the oars. So something like that. But I might do something else with the oars to make them, because they're a different line weight than the waves, and it doesn't really feel integrated. Maybe we'll thicken the lines around them where they exist over the waves or something. You know what I'm saying? The Iliad and the Odyssey, what's crazy is I knew some of that, not all, but I knew a bit about the Amazons. Yeah, the story of what happens after the Iliad is told in a few different Greek poems and plays and stuff, but Posthomerica is the only one that kind of puts them all together, because a lot of people are surprised, including myself, when I first read the Iliad, because you know that it's about the Trojan War, and then you go like, oh, okay, so it's gonna have like where Achilles gets shot in the heel, and it's gonna have the part where they come in with the Trojan horse, and like none of that stuff happens in the Iliad. It ends way before any of that stuff happens. And the picture all we want to do is make a few tweaks now. Fix the rain that exists over the waves. That was our mistake. Fix the look of the oars, and maybe change. Thank you for joining. Let's give it a save and we'll go back in. If you don't know the channel, it's called The Voice of Nick. And here I stream 3 times